Welcome to Miss Scarlett. Subscribe and don't miss out on Patreon. Have fun!
Cyrus stared at the faded posters on his apartment wall, relics of auditions long past, each one a reminder of dreams deferred. At 28, he had chased the spotlight through countless callbacks and rejections, his brown hair tousled from restless nights, his resume a thin stack of minor credits in indie films that barely paid the rent. Los Angeles hummed outside his window, a city of endless opportunity that seemed to mock his stagnation. He sipped lukewarm coffee, flipping through casting calls on his laptop, when a new listing caught his eye. A theater production seeking actresses for a lead role in a poignant drama about self-discovery. The part was compelling, but it was for a woman, and Cyrus dismissed it with a sigh, scrolling onward. That afternoon, while nursing a beer at a dimly lit bar near Hollywood Boulevard, Cyrus struck up a conversation with a stranger at the counter. The man, with silver-streaked hair and a knowing smile, introduced himself as Elias. He listened intently as Cyrus vented about his fruitless pursuits, the endless cycle of typecasting as the brooding sidekick or the forgettable extra. Elias leaned in, his eyes sharp. Ever thought about expanding your range? Audition for something outside your comfort zone, like that female lead I heard about. It's a dare, really. Borrow some clothes, try it on for size. You might surprise yourself. Cyrus laughed it off at first, but Elias's words lingered like an itch he couldn't scratch. Back home, he rummaged through a box of old costumes from a community theater gig, pulling out a cream-colored blouse that had belonged to an ex-girlfriend, a navy skirt from a forgotten prop collection, and a brown wig he'd used once for a disguise in a short film. The wig's strands fell in soft waves, matching the hue of his own brown hair beneath. He hesitated, then slipped into the outfit, adjusting the fabric until it felt strangely right. In the mirror, Sophia emerged, not a caricature, but a version of himself that felt oddly authentic. Her brown hair framed a face softened by subtle makeup he'd practiced from online tutorials, her posture shifting to something graceful and poised. The audition room buzzed with nervous energy the next day. Sophia entered, heart pounding, but her voice steady as she delivered the monologue. The casting team exchanged glances, impressed by the depth she brought to the lines, the vulnerability in her expressions. To her astonishment, they offered her the role on the spot, praising her natural embodiment of the character. As she left the building, Elias waited outside, revealing himself as a veteran casting director who'd retired but still scouted talent. I saw potential in you, Cyrus. Or should I say, Sophia. Let me mentor you through this. It's more than a role. It's a transformation. Rehearsals began under Elias's guidance, his sessions filled with insights on nuance and presence. Sophia immersed herself in the process, the cream-colored blouse and navy skirt becoming her daily uniform, the brown wig a constant companion that blended seamlessly with her identity. She never considered reverting. The thought felt alien now, as if Sophia had always been waiting to emerge. Elias coached her on vocal inflections, teaching her to modulate her tone for emotional depth, drawing from his decades in the industry. In one evening session at a quiet cafe, he shared stories of actors who'd broken barriers, encouraging Sophia to explore the character's psyche beyond the script. As opening night approached, Sophia's nerves intertwined with excitement. The theater filled with an expectant audience, lights dimming as she stepped onto the stage. Her performance unfolded with raw honesty, each line resonating with the pain and triumph of self-realization. Critics in attendance whispered praises during intermission, and by the final curtain, applause thundered. Reviews poured in the following days, hailing Sophia as a revelation, her portrayal lauded for its authenticity and emotional range. One prominent critic wrote of her uncanny ability to inhabit the feminine spirit, propelling her into the spotlight she'd long craved. With acclaim came opportunities. Agents called, offering feminine roles in upcoming films and plays. Sophia accepted a supporting part in a romantic comedy, her brown hair styled elegantly under the wig's familiar waves, the cream-colored blouse paired with new ensembles that felt like extensions of her true self. Elias continued mentoring, attending table reads and providing feedback on set dynamics. During a break on the comedy's location shoot in a sun-drenched park, he advised her on navigating industry politics, emphasizing the importance of authenticity in every performance. Sophia's confidence grew with each project. She landed a lead in a historical drama, portraying a resilient woman in a bygone era. Her preparation involving deep dives into period mannerisms under Elias's watchful eye. Rehearsals stretched late into nights, the navy skirt swishing as she paced the stage, internalizing the character's struggles. The production's premiere drew crowds, and Sophia's nuanced acting earned standing ovations, further cementing her rising status. Paparazzi snapped photos outside venues, capturing her poised elegance, the brown wig an integral part of her public persona. Yet, amid the success, subtle realizations stirred. In quiet moments alone, Sophia reflected on how the roles resonated not just as performances, but as echoes of her own journey. The comfort in feminine attire, the ease in expressing emotions once suppressed, pointed to something deeper than acting prowess. Elias noticed her introspection during a mentorship dinner at a cozy Italian restaurant, where candlelight flickered over plates of pasta. "You're not just playing these parts," he said gently. "You're living them." Sophia nodded, sharing tentative thoughts about her identity, the way Sophia felt more real than Cyrus ever had. Encouraged by Elias, she explored these feelings further, consulting professionals who affirmed her sense of self. The transition began gradually, with hormone therapy and wardrobe expansions that solidified her feminine presentation. She updated her headshots, her brown hair now styled without the wig's aid, though its essence remained in her daily look. Legal changes followed, her name officially becoming Sophia, a step that brought profound relief. Through it all, Elias supported her, attending appointments and offering wisdom from his own experiences with diverse talents in the industry. More roles flooded in. A thriller where she played a cunning detective, her performance gripping audiences with its intensity. A musical where her voice soared in harmonious duets, the stage lights highlighting her graceful movements. Each success built on the last, her acclaim spreading to international festivals. At one such event in Toronto, Sophia accepted an award, her speech thanking the industry for embracing her authenticity, her brown hair catching the spotlight as she spoke of breaking molds. As years passed, Sophia's career flourished, but the core of her gratitude remained with Elias. On a crisp autumn evening, they met at the same bar where it all began, toasting to milestones. "You dared me to audition," she said, her voice warm with emotion. "But you gave me more than a role. You helped me find myself." Elias smiled, raising his glass. "The potential was always there, Sophia. I just pointed the way." Sophia's life expanded beyond the stage. She mentored young actors herself, sharing Elias's lessons in workshops held at local theaters. One protégé, a shy newcomer named Alex, reminded her of her former self, and she guided him through his first auditions with patience, emphasizing versatility. In her off time, Sophia volunteered at community centers, leading acting classes that encouraged self-expression, her cream-colored blouse a staple in her teaching attire. A new challenge arose with a high-profile film offer, a biopic requiring her to delve into a real historical figure's life. Research trips took her to archives and interviews, Elias joining for moral support. They pored over documents in dusty libraries, discussing character motivations late into the night. Filming commenced in remote locations, the navy skirt adapted for costume fittings, her brown hair windswept on outdoor sets. Critics raved about the biopic upon release, Sophia's portrayal earning nominations for prestigious awards. At the ceremony, dressed in an elegant gown, she walked the red carpet, flashes illuminating her journey from obscurity to stardom. Elias watched from the audience, pride evident as she accepted her trophy, dedicating it to those who believed in transformation. Personal growth paralleled professional triumphs. Sophia formed deep friendships in the industry, hosting gatherings where laughter filled her now spacious home. One evening, over wine and shared stories, she confided in a close colleague about her transition's joys and hurdles, finding solidarity in their own tales of self-discovery. Elias's health began to wane subtly, prompting Sophia to cherish their time more. She organized a retrospective of his career, inviting industry veterans to honor him. The event, held in a grand hall, featured speeches and clips from productions he'd influenced, Sophia emceeing with heartfelt anecdotes. Inspired, Sophia wrote a memoir, chronicling her path from Cyrus's struggles to Sophia's fulfillment. Drafting sessions in coffee shops, her brown hair tied back, she poured emotions onto pages, Elias reviewing chapters with constructive notes. The book's publication sparked media buzz, interviews delving into her identity, and the stranger's pivotal dare. Sophia handled questions with grace, always crediting Elias as the catalyst. A theater revival of her debut role brought nostalgia, Sophia reprising the part with matured depth. Rehearsals echoed the past, but now, with a team that knew her story, their support unwavering. As awards seasons cycled, Sophia's name became synonymous with excellence in feminine portrayals. She expanded into directing, helming a short film that explored gender themes, Elias consulting on the script. Socially, Sophia advocated for inclusivity, speaking at panels on representation in media. Her voice carried weight, influencing casting practices industry-wide. In a quiet moment after a panel, Elias pulled her aside. "You've come so far," he said. "But remember, the journey's ongoing." Sophia hugged him, whispering thanks for the life-altering push. Seasons changed, and Sophia's routine included therapy sessions to navigate ongoing aspects of her transition, ensuring emotional well-being amid fame's pressures. A major studio approached for a franchise role, negotiations spanning weeks, Elias advising on contract details. Filming in exotic locales tested her endurance, but she thrived, her performance captivating test audiences. Home from shoots, Sophia tended a small garden, finding peace in nurturing plants, her brown hair dappled by sunlight. Friendships deepened. A vacation with colleagues to a coastal retreat offered respite, conversations turning to future aspirations under starry skies. Elias's birthday celebration became a milestone, Sophia organizing a surprise party with industry friends, toasts recounting his impact. Inspired by the event, Sophia founded a scholarship for aspiring actors from marginalized backgrounds, Elias serving as honorary chair. As the program launched, applications flooded in, Sophia reviewing them personally, moved by stories mirroring her own. One recipient, a talented young woman named Lena, shadowed Sophia on set, absorbing lessons in resilience. Mentoring Lena reminded Sophia of Elias's role in her life, strengthening their bond. A documentary crew filmed Sophia's daily life, capturing her authenticity, from makeup routines to stage preparations. The film's premiere drew acclaim, further elevating her profile. Sophia explored voice acting, lending her talents to animated features, her expressive tones bringing characters to life. Collaborations with renowned directors followed, each project pushing her artistic boundaries. Personal milestones included adopting a pet, a fluffy dog that accompanied her on walks, providing companionship. Elias shared his own retirement stories during these walks, their conversations meandering through memories. A theater award named after Elias honored Sophia as its first recipient, her acceptance speech emotional. Backstage, she reflected on how far she'd come. The brown hair she'd once hidden now, a symbol of her true self. New roles in television series expanded her reach, fans adoring her relatable portrayals. Charity work became a passion, Sophia headlining fundraisers for LGBTQ+ causes, her story inspiring donations. At one gala, she met activists whose work paralleled her journey, forging alliances for future advocacy. Elias's wisdom continued to guide, even as he slowed, their meetings cherished. Sophia's memoir sequel began taking shape, focusing on post-transition life. Drafting in serene settings, she wove in lessons learned, crediting Elias profoundly. A surprise role in a blockbuster remake challenged her physically, training montages building her stamina. On set, camaraderie with co-stars blossomed into lasting friendships. Premiere nights glittered, Sophia's presence commanding respect. Yet, a nagging intuition grew. Elias seemed frailer, hinting at unspoken concerns. During a routine check-in, he confided in health issues, prompting Sophia to rally support. She arranged specialist visits, accompanying him, their roles reversing in a poignant twist. Recovery seemed promising, but uncertainties loomed. Sophia threw herself into work, a play about identity crises mirroring her reflections. Rehearsals intensified, her performance infused with personal depth. Opening night arrived. Sophia stepped onto the stage, the spotlight burning hot, every eye locked on her. She was ready until, halfway through her monologue, she spotted Elias in the front row, pale, gripping the armrest with trembling hands. His gaze met hers, filled with something urgent. Then his body slumped forward, and the audience gasped. Sophia froze, torn between the role of her life and the man who had given her that life. Hope you enjoyed the story so far. The rest will be available on Patreon.